Games! Board games! Hello, everyone. Hello, Cheyenne. It is lovely to be here for another 8:10 p.m. Thursday prize play long, and we have Tom Cauldron. Ooh, sexy. I mean, what kind of sights are you exposing us to, Tom?
I know. Control yourself.
Woo, woo! So tonight we've got a couple of different games, and we're going to be playing a bit of Micro Muckle, which a bunch of people might already know, and we will also try Free Mel with just half the deck. See how it works.
Ooh.
Oh, Cheyenne is sick today. Really sorry to hear that, but lots of hugs. This is me doing my virtual bear hug, and I hope he gets well soon. And it's lovely to see you, Patricia. That is awesome to hear. I hope you have a lots of fun with it. Now,
nice game.
Oh, thank you, Tom. I am going to start off and say, what have we been up to recently? What have we been up to recently? What have we been up to recently? And what are our highlights? For me, the highlight, believe it or not, is a little game called Ingress. It's a mobile app game, and I used to be a bit addicted to this, I'm not going to lie. I would kind of be cycling along with the mobile phone in my hand and like stopping and then attacking an enemy portal and then cycling to the next one, because by cycling, you know, I could get around a lot faster. But then I got to the point where I was going, you know, when I was going from Royal Festival Hall back home, it wasn't enough just to cycle home and enjoy the journey. I was starting to kind of stop off and do all these things. But I've started, after 2 years of quitting it, I came back and I am going to use it as a way to get out, if you know what I mean. So yesterday I came out with my housemate, even though it was spitzling with rain. That was lovely. And oh my God, it was just nice to walk with someone else, sharing that conversation. That was lovely.
I did do a bit of Pokemon Go a few years ago, but I stopped because my phone just couldn't take it for some reason. I don't know. But that's the similar thing, isn't it? You go to, you walk around and you do things virtually in the world. Is that right?
And I see we've got a wild Andrew Dennison appearing.
Ooh. Something like that. Well, I mean...
Talking of Pokemon.
Indeed. You know, throw that red and white sphere at me. Go on. You know.
Oh yeah. Here you go. Show. Does that work? Okay, and hello, Alan. It's lovely to have you with us.
Excuse me, I'm just going to take my top off. I'm boiling. It's roasting.
Oh my God! Tonight it's all about stripping. So we are just talking about our highlights. And Tom, what is your recent highlight?
Let's see. I've been over the last week or so. I've been exploring the delights of Logic Masters Germany, which is puzzles, and I managed to do a 5-star puzzle on there. It took me 2 days.
Is this an online thing or like a physical puzzles?
Well, it's puzzles that are available online, but they don't have like software to do it on. I had to print it off and do it, but you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like pen and paper style things.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Lots of variants from Sudoku and Kakuro and things. But yeah, I did a 5-star puzzle and then totally failed to do a 2-star puzzle. But you know, it all counts.
This is something that I bought literally just after Aircon when we started, and I still haven't gotten through all of them. It says 8 to adults, but after like about a quarter of the way through, it gets really hard. And what I like about this one is that it's got sorts of physical aspects. It's like those slidey puzzles. I don't know if you know the ones with 8 tiles and 9 spaces. But the twist is that there's bits. I don't know if you can see that properly. Let me tip it down. So potentially, if I do that, I can't slide that one across because the asteroids are blocking each other, and I can't slide that one across now. And so it's about how would you get the spaceship to come out of the exit.
Nice.
And I like it because it has, logic and deduction. It's a nice set of rules, but also it plays into physicality, and it kind of feels like something that being a physical thing really benefits it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So you still get
toy value as well.
Exactly. Toyetic factor. But
Andrew, he's back.
What is one of your recent highlights?
When was I last? Did we speak on Tuesday? What did I say on Tuesday? I was having a week off. Sort of. Oh, not really. I mean, not really a highlight. We did some outdoor work I needed to do today. I trimmed a hedge and felled some branches off a tree. So I got a bit of that done. Things are going okay. Bizarrely, we're potentially looking at options on moving house. Not like seriously yet, but for a while we've had an idea that we might trade in our decently shaped but small little sort of 2.5 bedroom, 3 bedroom, whatever it is, officially house in the nice school catchment in the edge of the city, and go and buy, some 4 or 5 bed dilapidated project in, the wilds, and convert it into a, full home office, nice home with home office and, store shed, bit of studio space for Loz, all that sort of stuff. It's a ludicrous ambition. It's going to cost lots of money. But the way mortgage rates are at the moment, and given we've been able to keep making our payments through the recent crisis, we're sort of cautiously optimistic that maybe that would make us a good bet for lenders at this time, that are looking for people who are, good bets to lend money to, essentially. So now might be the time to do it. House prices are supposed to be down a bit, so it's a crazy scheme. It's a completely crazy scheme, and if we're not careful, we'll almost certainly overreach ourselves. But given that we don't live in London, Bez, you can buy houses out here. The big brick things that have lots of rooms inside them.
Wow.
Yeah, some of them even have outdoor space. That green stuff with the sort of boundary treatment.
You're saying this, but as people who watch me at 10 a.m. will know,
you have a house and a garden. Yes. You do have. Well, nonetheless, buying one in London is another matter.
Attached to every other house along the entire thing. It would be nice if it were detached, and if I couldn't hear the TV from next door sometimes playing when I want to.
We have an end terrace, so we're lucky we only have it on one side. We're effectively semi-detached, but we're officially an end terrace. But yeah, it's crazy ideas. It almost certainly won't happen. But yes, it's not London prices. You can, particularly up north, places like Mansfield, Derbyshire, you can look at buying a 4 or 5 bed project, and you can be talking about, $250,000 rather than, London, where a property like that would be $1 million. Just forget it, and unaffordable.
Alan suggests that they could move there for a while to bring the property prices down for you.
Trust me, Alan, at least one of the places we were looking at, the ceiling is already down. So, short of you setting fire to the joint, I don't think there's much more we can do to drop it. But
can be arranged.
Yeah, I mean, again, if I need a wrecking crew, I know where you all are. But yeah, I know. I mean, again, just the line of work. I mean, I know developers, I know tradespeople. So it's a project. It's a project that we've only recently sort of conceived of, and I'm incredibly privileged to be in a position I can even consider. But yeah, it might be. Particularly if work is a bit quieter in the coming months because there's a bit of a dip, it frees up some time for me to do some of my own work. Because I'm competent as a chippy, I'm competent as a do-it-yourself electrician, I'm competent as a do-it-yourself plumber. I wouldn't fit my own boiler, but I can put a radiator up. I can fit a piping run if I have the floorboards up. I can wire a plug. So if I got somebody into the main distributor board, main inlets, the kitchen.
Wow, that's getting pretty technical. And
yeah, I mean, I did civil engineering. I did civil engineering as a degree.
Let's.
You can build your own bridge.
Wish you all the best. It sounds like a meaty project, and
it's purely hypothetical. It isn't even a project yet. It's a gem of an idea that might one day lead to a project. Don't forget the board game. Well, that's part of the point. That's part of the point, right? Is to buy something that is effectively oversized. Something that ludicrously we don't need for the number of people in it, but that is in an area that doesn't, where size isn't the sale point. Or rather, size is the sale point because it doesn't have the nice school catchment. It doesn't have the convenience access to the city. It would basically be a hermitage for 2 board gamers.
Well, it sounds like whether it's puzzles or going on walks because of computer games or fanciful projects, there are positive things to think about. Yeah. And it is competition time, competition time, competition time. This is a little rhyme.
I like the new one. It's better. Yeah, radio jingle. You need that 10-second.
So,
what are we giving away today?
Competition. It's just a couple of options. You can either get Inabind Junior or a sketch, and I need to send Alan their sketch, who was the last person to get one, which was this old thing of I need to get this to you, Alan. I'm aware of Tom in a skirt and James riding a car, and that will be on its way to you. Where I'm sorry, I forgot to send it over today. I actually went to the post office today. That was my minor achievement. But if you would like a sketch of anything that you choose, or indeed a copy of Inabind Junior, which is basically completely out of print, then let us know. What have you enjoyed recently? What is a fantastic thing? I mean, you can be a little bit hyperbolic. I will understand. Like if you want to say, I had a cup of tea and that was fantastic. That's totally fine.
Tea is good, yeah.
But you can make sure you use the word fantastic in your comment, and you will automatically enter the competition. And at the end, we will choose one of the people who's entered the competition, and they will win a thing. That is how it works.
You can be more concise than I was as well. I waffled because reasons. Tom's hair needs to grow again. What's wrong with Tom's hair?
Shorter than it was.
I mean,
Alan seems to prefer the hair suit me.
To be fair, mine hasn't been properly cut since pre-lockdown. I did get ahead of it. Like a week or so before, I had a hunch that things were going to start becoming difficult, and the football season was going to start. Was the other reason. So I had it cut back to like grade 3, grade 4 to go under my helmet, thinking I'll do that, and then if everything falls apart, it'll just be nice and short. It's now not really that nice and short. I tufted horrendously at the back, so the other day I had to take a set of scissors and just chop the worst of it off and trim around my ears and stuff. So it's sort of been hacked at, but sooner or later it needs a proper cut.
And we are about to start Micro Muckle. And hello to CD on Halls, who's a lovely person who ran Online Wellicon, a big convention. Well, I say a big convention. New Zealand's apparently a really small place. It's got less than half the population in New Zealand compared to London. True story. It's
quite big though. They got Lord of the Rings into it. It's just
it's
sparsely
a really
populated.
It's kind of And if you want to enter the competition, be sure to use the word fantastic. And thank you for having me. It was a lovely thing, although I did have to get up at like 5:50 to make sure that I was sort of ready because, time zones. Alan Outson says they just enjoyed a fantastic beer and cinnamon-flavoured fruit loaf. That sounds good.
Homemade cinnamon-flavoured fruit loaf. That sounds fantastic.
And Patricia says, had a fantastic day out with my husband on Saturday visiting a local game shop.
Ooh.
Oh, which game shop is that? Give a shout out to your friendly local game shop.
This must be... Patricia must live in America or something, because I believe we're only allowed to start doing that next week, aren't we? Game shops open again?
No, there are kind of wee things. For example, you could have gone to some places if you ordered your games ahead of time. So
you can
go
do
in just
pick up
for
and collect.
pickup.
Yeah.
So you can do that. We had drafts that was buying a beer and buying a game at the same time. We had Ludoquist that's already been open for a while, and Leisure Games up in North London has been open and allowing people to pick up stuff. Can I do small sketches on playing cards? Post the cards as a post. I guess. Sure, maybe. Anyway.
You must have playing card size blank spares. Don't you own about 78 boxes of the things?
No, I've only got about 8. 8 boxes.
In 52s?
No, these boxes have 1,000 in each.
Yeah, okay. So the answer is you can do about 8,000.
Yeah.
So actually, you've got 4,000 weeks in your life, give or take, 2 of these a week. You could give away a sketch for ever. Yeah.
I do not wish to take these with me. Anyway, let's get on with Micro Muckle. We have already been rambling for the better parts of 20 minutes.
That's what we do here.
I was actually recording, believe it or not, a how to play for YouTube, which you can check out. And here is Micro Muckle. Here's one that I played earlier, where I scored 27 points. That's a pretty good score.
Liking the three cheeses in a row there for the is that Needle you've gone with?
Yep.
Yep.
And that was right at the end.
Yep, I can see how you've done that one.
So I did Needle, which is 6 letters, Dimes, which is 5 letters, Hen, which is 3 letters, and Or, which is 2. Now,
Sorry.
In this game, we are going to see the cards from the L deck one at a time, and you will choose one of these letters to put on to write down, either starting or extending one of your words. At the end, your 2 longest words will be doubled in terms of the score. So 6 becomes 12, 5 becomes 10, and 3 plus 2 makes 27. Hopefully that makes sense to everyone. 16.
16. I was about to say there's only 16 things. I was about to say we only see half the deck, don't we? But in fact, we only see a third of the deck.
Exactly.
When did it change? I want to say Micro used to be half. Is Micro was that Muckle was half?
You might be thinking of Mini Muckle. That's a
Mini Muckle. Okay, so Muckle is all of it. Mini Muckle is half of it, and Micro Muckle is a third of it.
Exactly. And this is another example of Micro Muckle. Sometimes you might not be able to make a 4th word, because if your 4th word doesn't work out, you just scribble it out. And so that's Golden, which is 6. What was that? Toning, which was 6, makes 12. 24 plus 2 is 26.
I have what must have been a Mini Muckle there. That was 24. But
24 letters. That's not Micro.
That's not Micro, no. That was another one.
And Patricia says, we are allowed to shop in retail shops now while still socially distancing and wearing masks. Only 10 people in the shop at a time. And the shop is called Amazing Fantasy Comics and Games. So presumably it's a good shop.
And 10 doesn't sound too bad. I was about to say, I presume the rule is specific to the shop, because I can imagine some shops where 10 people you wouldn't see another living soul, and some shops where 10 people would be not PG-13 rated. Yeah, cool.
I think,
now next week we get to we get shots as long as we stay 2 meters apart and are sensible. Maybe.
Right. Are you ready to start off the game of Micro Muckle? Any questions?
Yes.
Alan
Oh,
Alton says 32 is the perfect score. That is correct. If you get 2 8-letter words, then well done to you.
Doubled. Yep. Yeah.
All
32.
32 in just 2 words. Yes.
So
Yes.
we are going to start, and I will show you my... is there something going on with my camera? I just think it's the way the light's hitting me. But shall I make myself bigger, by the way?
You may make yourself bigger.
Yes.
It makes me smaller, so I'm all in favour.
We don't need to be on screen.
So, S or G, which is better to start a word with? I mean, it's a tough choice, but make your choice.
We're allowed as many lines as we like, aren't we? But obviously, you
Well,
want to stick
it's-
to having 2 long words.
It's 4 words. So
It's 4 words, maximum 4. Okay.
So you're not going to have
yes.
more than 4 lines.
The ticker just has informed me of this.
I'm going for an S.
I too have gone for
Or
an S.
H. So if you went for an S, you could go for N or H as the second letter of the same word. I went for G, and H, I can't think of anything that's GH, but I could do GN.
Ghastly. Ghost.
Oh yeah, of course.
Nashers.
I'm going for GN.
Gnarly.
Gnarly. No. Gnarly is GN, yeah.
Okay, E or M. So this could be the third letter of your first word, or you could now start off
A he.
your second word. And this
going
is
to go
what my
badly.
bits of paper looks like.
It's worrying when you realise that you've taken almost all the letters that Bez hasn't.
E or P.
E or P.
I mean, I am not as good at this game as people seem to believe. I don't think I've actually won that often.
You are quite good.
I haven't won this one yet, so.
I'm still on the same word. I haven't
E
stopped.
or P. Very nice.
I'm going he.
Really?
E.
Another E?
E or Y.
He.
The
I
EP
feel
was 4th.
I feel you're unnecessarily aggressive in your pushing of the letter E on us.
So this is the 5th card.
Is this the deck that we played with on Tuesday? Is this where all the vowels that weren't in the deck on Tuesday were? Were they at the bottom of this deck that you've just shuffled?
E or
There's nay.
G.
Okay.
Again, grab
again, yes.
one of these.
Oh, that's. Yeah, I've got a bit wrong. Never mind.
And this
It's
is what
not
my
ideal
bit
from
of
my
paper
end.
looks like.
It's not an ideal situation.
Remember, 4 is the maximum number of words you can have.
Yes.
Oh, I never actually explained the stars. You
Oh.
can, as you wish, whenever you want, instead of using one of these letters, so the 7th card is S or C. But you simply can, if you wish, use a star instead of a card. If that makes sense. And a star is a wild card, essentially. It's a joker. And you only need to decide what the star represents at the end.
Yes. And also no.
S or C.
Okay.
Let's get rid of this sexy card. And it's S or X.
Oh, S or C. I actually need to do something with that. I'm sat staring at it. Okay.
S or X, the only way.
Yep.
Got to move on to. Have you done S or X? Oh, no.
I have
I'm
done
using
S or
asterisk
X.
on
There's some sexy xylophonists.
Sure there are.
We're 8 cards, so we're halfway through the game already. R or L.
Don't panic me.
Really look at one of these and choose one.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I think I am actually going to try and make the words that Tom mentioned. That's how I'm looking
Gnarly.
so far.
And you still have all your wild cards, you cheeky person.
Yep. It's good to keep your wild cards until
Yeah, I've had to use one, so. How many
N
cards do we
or
have?
B.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
There's 7
B.
left, including this one.
N or B. Okay. It's not
Looked
ideal.
as well.
Okay.
Now Bez puts down the card. And, oh,
Yeah.
remember to
that.
choose a letter for your word.
Okay, yeah. Wild card, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm using my first star.
Yep. 9, 10, 11. We've got 5 letters to go. Okie dokie.
Indeed we do. T or M. This is the most number of letters you will see on a card in this game. It's also the fewest, because you'll always see the same number of letters. So T or M.
Okay, yep. Good. It's not going well.
Yeah.
T or L.
Okay, I can use that.
I think I'm going to use my second
Might be
star.
about to have to use my third wild card, which is not an ideal situation.
That's how I've gone. T or L. Sometimes it's a
Okay.
tough life.
It is. Third wild card's gone. It's a third wild card at the. How many are we at? 4, 5, 6.
We
7,
are
8,
only
9.
3 away from the end.
Okay, yeah, I might pull this back.
T or D.
I might not pull this back.
Can only see what happens.
I'm wildcarding that one.
T or D.
I like all
To
your earlier
draw
work.
or not to draw. It's always worth drawing one letter. I mean, if you can't use
Yep.
a thing, then you should be either making a new word or using.
Yeah,
the
I've still got a word, so I can always scrub it if it turns out to be a disaster.
Penultimately, N or U. I'm using my final wild card here to make messy. N or U.
Okay.
Now, understand, where do you want to put this card? It gets off to the side. And finally, it is S or B.
Wildcard. There we go.
Okay. It's not gone brilliantly, but that's not gone awfully. Okay, so that gets me.
Just to look at mine, I've got this stray letter which I've just got to scribble off. Gnarly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Messy is 5.
For 10.
And ends is 4. But then remember, you double the length of your 2 longest words. So that means that for me, gnarly is actually 12 and messy is 10. Plus 4 makes 26.
Oh, I think I've equaled you.
Hey, I've got 28. I think.
Whoop, let me... Shitana. What?
Ting.
Sheeting.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Those are asterisks.
Yeah,
I mean,
Stars.
Shitana doesn't sound like a very nice word. Heating. Heating,
Sheeting.
yarn, and
16,
and slap.
8,
Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
24, 28. Yeah. Nice.
Wow, 28. That's a really nice
Only 4
score.
off the perfect score.
Yeah.
1 8-letter word. I will go for 26 as per Bez. I have sexy. I have needle, ironically, given that Bez had it on the previous card, but hey, those E's just kept coming. So that's 8 for sexy and 12 for needle, gets me 20. And then I have ant and tub for 3 each, 26.
Nice.
Ooh, Alan went for a big gamble and didn't quite manage it.
It's only,
The Russian sheep.
Oh, no, you can scrub off the SKI because you are allowed to scrub off things to the right. So just to clarify, if you had, for example, feeling, because you were hoping for a G but you didn't get it, you would be allowed to scribble that off to still have a 4-letter word, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so I reckon that's...
And in fact, oh no, sheeps isn't a plural because it's sheep.
No, of course not.
Dang. Sheep would get you 10, and then Utu would get you 18. I think you get 21. I think you get 21.
1,
Because
2,
you get your-
3, 4.
Your 4 doubles,
8,
your
16,
5 doubles,
17, 18, 19.
21. He's got a 5 doubled is 10, a 4 doubled is 8, is 18,
So,
plus his 3-letter word is 21.
Patricia asks for to explain the scoring. So let's use Alan. What does ARB mean? ARB. What does that mean? So Alan had their longest word was sheep. SHEEP makes 5 letters. So you double your longest, which makes it 10. Then their second longest is tutu, which is 4 letters, and you double that, which makes it 8 for a total of 18. And then your third longest and your fourth longest, you only score once. So 18 plus 3 is 21. Now, Alan says, no idea what ARB is, but it's a word. Well, you can't have that.
If you've got Colin's English out to prove it's a word, then you've got the definition of the word. I call shenanigans.
Yeah, I'm looking this up.
Architecture registration.
ARB.
Yeah, okay,
Type
acronym.
of stock trader, apparently.
An arbitrate, who engages in arbitrage. Is that an
Really?
abbreviation, though? Or a colloquialism?
No, it's in the Scrabble Merriam word finder.
Fair play. Yes,
Okay.
people who engage in arbitrage.
Arbitrateur. Right. Okay.
An
So-
arborist is somebody who deals with trees.
Hmm,
In fact, I did arborism this afternoon. There you go.
nice.
You do.
So, let us know what you managed to get if you're... Oh, Alan was going for arbor.
That would work well.
So
There was an H at one point. You could have had harbour.
Patricia's scored themselves. Sheets, yarn, satin, and tots. So
That's 17 letters.
1, 2,
Isn't it?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
19.
20 letters.
That's 19.
They've used the wilds on top, Bez. They've added 3 wilds instead of replacing
Patricia,
with 3 wilds.
you've made a small mistake. The wilds are instead of the letter. So I should probably read out the scrolling bit. You might have made a small mistake, but never mind. Remember, it's choose up to 1 letter from each card, like it says down there, to grow 1 of 4 words. You have 3 chances to use a star or a wild card instead of a letter. Letters and stars used are points, double your 2 longest words.
I still reckon that's good for about 25. If you took sheets for 12, took the S off the end of tots and made yarns, would give you 10. That'd give you 22. And then your other word was good for 3, I think. 25. So, yeah, that would, that could still have made a good score. It still made a very good score.
But I think now you've gotten it. Now maybe we can run through the same game one more time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. It's good.
It's a quick one.
Okay. So one more time, because I did say I would do it at the end of and starts of every game. Competition time, singing a song and the song does rhyme. What's a fantastic thing? Explain why it's fantastic and use the word fantastic in your comment to automatically enter the competition. You could win Innerbind Junior or a quick sketch, such as this.
Wild
But the sketch
cards
will
are
not be this. The
fantastic.
sketch will be custom made for you. It will be literally anything that you want. And yeah, that is competition time. And now we're back to Micro Muckle. Where's the rest of the deck? Here it is. I need to start organize my table a bit.
Okay, so strategy here. Are we using the remainder of the deck? So E is probably
No,
not
I'm
likely.
shuffling the entire thing together.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're not because that would be an interesting version. 3 Micro-Trimuckle. Play it 3 times, each with a third of the deck.
That
And
would
then-
be a lot of memory, though. Then
It would.
it's-
I'm not saying it wouldn't be crazy, but nonetheless, it would be an interesting challenge once you've got an idea. Because the third one, you'd have a vague idea. I mean, okay, all the people with photographic memories are going to be at a massive advantage, whereas the dyslexic muppets like me are just going to fail utterly. But nonetheless, the gamer in me likes the idea of a series of 3 micros.
I did once try a variant where I allowed myself to look at like 3 cards ahead, and as you might expect, it was much easier.
Easier.
Because
Yes, it
then you
is.
can really plan. But it's with the you don't get the kind of excitement of flipping over a card and be like, yeah, it's exactly what I wanted, or gambling when exactly to use your wild cards.
Interesting.
And having that perfect information at the end was a bit too much.
AP.
So I've dealt out 16 cards. I do it in piles of 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, just because that allows me to count. And we're starting off with N or H. Now, have you decided whether N or H is a better letter to start a word with?
Notably, I haven't.
Now, hurry.
No. Okay.
Okay, N or H.
Okay. I'll pick one
Second
of those.
letter, E or M. Oh, it's always nice to have a vowel as your second one.
We love vowels.
We do like vowels.
Everybody must have a vowel.
Yeah.
Third card, E or P, going back to the old days. Every person might want another vowel. I don't know. Or they might want a P. It's entirely up to you. E or P as your third letter. Or a wild card, but you probably don't want to choose that.
Okay.
E or P. Fourth letter, O or U. O or U.
Okay.
And personally, I'm starting my second word with that.
You.
I had already started my second word.
I've got Hepo.
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 Oh, okay. You've got he and po. Yes. Oh, ironically, so do I. I was about
That's
to say,
not ironic, that's coincidentally.
Very ironic, no.
is it a coincidence, though? It's been determined by the situation.
Well, I had a different one. So, darling, yes, I do say it is a coincidence.
Strangely decisive, picking these letters. Strangely divisive, sorry. You have to be suddenly decisive, but it can be strangely divisive.
So, draw one of these letters down. S or D. And now we move on to S or G.
Is podge a word?
Is ponge a word?
Podge.
Well, look it up on the
Podge.
internet. As long as you don't go too slowly, feel free to look up a word on the internet. That is totally okay.
It isn't it? Yeah, I'll do it.
And that's how I've
Okay.
gone. I was considering going for needs, but yeah, I decided I'm going to try for needle again.
Needle is a solid word given the number of E's available.
And I think Alan has the same as me. TM. Too many deliberations.
Yes.
So, try me.
I'm going for the maximum.
Testing
Wow.
mechanisms.
I started my third. So
Yeah,
I'm
I've already failed to meet the maximum
Well, yeah,
by virtue of a
not gonna
third
happen,
word.
but, you know.
A or P.
Okay.
Analysis
Halfway.
paralysis is hopefully not what we have here. It is indeed halfway through the game, and any person who needs any help or wants to share the words, feel free.
I've got hemp and podg.
Nice. I or
Strange
C?
individual. I want both of those.
Put the I here. I'm thinking tail or taint or...
I'm carrying on with just 2 words. I haven't started with the 3rd word yet.
That's really impressive.
But
It's
slightly risky.
it's not that we want you to fail, but at this point,
I want some
you are
to-
building up. You are building up a significant head of
I mean,
possible failure.
S or X. This is one of those cards where probably 90%, 99% of people are going to go for one of the letters.
I'm going to go for the X. No, I'm not.
I used the X last game. The X got some love last game. Just saying.
I mean, in the right circumstances, yeah.
Sure,
want
you
an
have used the X, but it's not
Every
the
now and
most
then you'd want an X.
useful letter, hence why there's only one of them.
Yeah.
And moving on. R or L?
Oh,
Ooh.
Yep.
I've still not used any wild cards, so I've got needs. I did decide to kind of stop there and use the S there, and I've got tail. I could go for tailing, because as I say, I've got my wild cards still.
Yeah, ice level of mine. I've got
Really
11.
loving-
We're 11 in, and I'm well supplied with wild cards.
I'm giving
5
up.
cards left. R or H? Boom! Oh my goodness. I'm loving this.
Yep,
Wild
I'm
cards.
still well supplied with wild cards.
I'm using a wild card instead of either of those letters because I don't like them.
Well,
How
you
many
are
do you
trying to
have
make
left,
only 2
Tom?
words.
I've already given up on that. I've got the 3rd word now.
Oh.
Oh!
I know.
N or
Does the failure
D.
taste bitter?
It does. It does.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm hoping that I can just find an E or an N or a G just when I need them.
Yeah,
Why
I've
is it
wild
not-
carded once. Yeah, I'm hoping for one
N or
useful
D?
letter in the next 3.
Could I have a T, please?
Do you need it? N or D? It's an A or an M.
I'll do, I suppose.
How many cards left, Buzz? Just 2.
2, indeed. This is the 3rd last. Pre-penultimate. That's a word, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just going to go with it,
I
yes.
believe you. Yeah, I know what you mean by it. Yeah. Anti-penultimate.
No, apparently it's not a word. Pre-penultimate. But this is the
Disappointment.
penultimate word. Oh,
I'm just looking- Oh no! That's spelled with an E.
Bugger.
Damn it.
Uh,
Ah. Sorry, we've
so
got this
I
one more
or
card.
you? This is the cards that you and I both have to use. Although I did use my 3rd wild card here. Because
I'm using my 3rd wild card. I'm just hoping that the last one is something I can use.
if I just go.
the last one is a G.
Oh, that's all right. Oh no!
What is the last one?
This is the last one. O or C?
I've just lost my screen. Hang on, there we go.
O or C? Oh, C discard. Of course. It's an O or a C.
Oh, bugger. Is
Come
it?
on.
I can't use that word. That one.
Oh, we'll see. I got an I and an O. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm just
Uh,
skipping that one.
I can't use it.
You can use O. You can make an extra word.
Oh, hang on a second.
O is a 1-letter word. Of course, you can use it.
Oh yes. We allowing A, I, and O.
Of course I can use it. Yes, I'll do that. But no, I've looked up lack now, so I'm using lack. There we go. C.
It hasn't got as brilliant as it could have done, but never mind. It's fine. It's fine. I've got 8.
So-
I've beat my last score, I think.
I think.
Yep,
Yeah, I
have.
think. I'm going to say that. Yeah, What do people think? Should one-letter words be allowed, A, I, and O, or should 2 letters be the minimum? Let us know. If I am allowed to use the one-letter word, whoops, sorry, I got rid of you. Then I have needs, which is 5, double to 10. Ogre, which is 4. Tailed, I was really hoping for a G to make it tailing, but nice thing about wildcards, I can have tailed, which is 6, double to 12, and O, which is 1, which, if I'm allowed a one-letter word, would be 27.
I don't see a problem with having one-letter word, because if you've still got space for it
A
at the
line.
end,
Yeah, if
write it all out.
you've played well enough that you still have a line open on your last one, you can take a one letter. I don't see any reason why not. The rules as written say you can.
Okay.
I mean, by doing it, by definition, you're passing up the opportunity to put in a longer word, right? So it's already it's already a suboptimum play.
Well, unless you're sticking to the 3 words, and then
Yeah, a one-letter word by definition is never going to be your longest word unless you pass on.
yeah.
I mean, you might have a
12
15-letter
cards.
word and a one-letter word, but that's fine as well.
Well, yes, that could occur. You could go for something, stupendous. That's
Yeah.
not long enough. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, that's got like 40 letters and it's too long. Anybody who wants to name a 15-letter word, go right ahead.
Alan Outson
Okay,
has gone for needed, ogres, and taxi. Very nice.
Hemps, Podgiest,
Ogres.
and Lack. Which
Mhm.
is
Podgiest. Wow, that's impressive.
Podgiest.
Podgiest.
Nice.
Podgiest. This
Yeah,
is a legitimate word. Okay,
It is.
excellent.
I am
So
the top
16,
person.
3, and 10. That's very nice.
What
Nice
is a
work.
lac when it's at home?
Lack is a resinous substance secreted by an insect used in things like varnish and indeed shellac.
Hmm.
Good.
I did.
Patricia
I don't just know that.
has needs, which is 5. Ox,
We all do.
tackle, and daily, which is another 5. So that's 5 plus 5 is 10, 20,
That's very
6.
good.
Yep. That sounds absolutely correct. Well done. 26 is a respectful score. It's
That's
also
pretty
the
much a
same
sentence
score.
on its own. Patricia needs ox taco daily. I mean,
Yep, that's the
Oh,
thing.
we never did the stories. We never did the
No.
stories last time.
I don't do the stories.
That's
What did
up
you
to
get?
you.
What was your score, Buzz? Sorry, I missed yours. Did you do yours?
Yeah, mine was 27 this time. Needs,
27.
ogre,
You see,
and tailed.
I have to stop scoring the same as you because I have also got 27. I have hearing for 14, pods for 8, stir for 4, and O for 1. 27.
It seems like 26, 27 is what we tend to get. It's always when I get 27, I feel quite good about it, but then breaking into 29, that was really super impressive.
That's
Well done.
that's going some.
And if you want, you do have the option to make a little story with your words. And I will say that Bez needs to get rid of the ogre that tailed her constantly. Oh dear. Why was this ogre tailing her? Oh. That
I'll
is
play
my
simply
story.
because I can think of one. Normally, I don't play this because I'm awful at thinking up stories. But oh dear, I keep hearing alien pods stir.
the Podgiest boy, after trying all the hemps, started smearing lack everywhere.
This doesn't sound PG-13 rated. This sounds like something that happened way off into another. You see, I've just been playing too much Genesis Alpha 1. That's my excuse.
Ogres. Never has a taxi been needed so much. Salad Outson's offering.
There's a little short story there.
Yeah.
And when does Micro Muckle get entered into the L of Fame? Oh. True story.
It only just matured to Thursday, didn't it? It only just got upgraded to Thursday status, so you know.
Yeah. Although this Thursday might be a little bit more experimental because, just the way it sometimes happen, it's like playing fast and loose with the rules.
We had a plan. We've aborted the plan. We have a new plan. Yep, I've never operated under those conditions in my life. It's absolutely fine. Love it.
Okay.
What was I just thinking? They were saying, oh, have you ever thought about giving a bonus point if you don't use a wild card? Because you could make the perfect score 35 if you kept your 3 wild cards and didn't use them. That would be an interesting strategic choice at the end. Now we've all latched onto save your wild cards late.
Because the truth of Micro Muckle is that it was designed to be a super simple game that I can play with my family. The idea being that I'll play with my nieces, and to start off, my mum and my youngest niece were both using 5 rather than 3. And now that my mum started doing as well as, or even better than us, said, okay, maybe you want to start using 4. And same with the smaller niece. And then it's a game where you can just say, okay, if you're not so good at it, if maybe English isn't your first language and everyone's playing in English, because, if you're French, then you just play in French and it's fine. But if your first language is something like 4C, well, how can you write that with these letters?
Yes, hence my question to who was playing with. I've forgotten her name and I feel badly. Her first language is Ukrainian. I was discussing the distribution of letters in acrylic language.
Shoot.
She played with us like 3 weeks back.
I think it was a bit more than that.
4 weeks back.
Let's not embarrass ourselves by admitting that we don't.
I already did.
Believe. Yeah. Alan Outson agrees or disagrees.
Alan is indecisive. Yeah. No, that's interesting. So you could use wildcards as a handicap. You can let weaker players have more wildcards and stronger players have less wildcards. So that's an interesting variant. Like playing amongst an equal group of friends, I could totally see house ruling that if you don't use a wildcard, you can have a bonus point. But that wouldn't work if you were using a variable number of wildcards. So, it's a frustrated designer in me.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, that would be a good one. Yeah, if at the end of the game, if one of your wildcards spare, me and Bez could break our ties if one of us hadn't used the wildcard.
Yeah.
Just
do different things with it.
As a tiebreak, how many wildcards have you used? All 3 anyway. I think most people do when there's no penalty for not using them. No penalty.
Yeah, that's almost the thing. Is there's I can't remember, there was something I was reading on the subject of game design, and it's if you've got a resource that you can spend, there can or should be an advantage to not spending it. To add depth to something.
I mean, gamify it a bit more, but takes away a little bit of
the simplicity. Yeah, which and that's why it's Bez's creation, and therefore simplicity is the goal. That's totally valid.
Everything with all these games, if you want to make your own mashup of these games, and then go for it. Muckle mash.
Muckle mash. Yeah, muckle already means
mashable.
A multi-muckle mash.
Okay, and. If you are watching and have not yet commented, remember, tell me what is a fantastic thing, explain why it's fantastic, and use the word fantastic in your comment to automatically enter the competition. You could win something like that. Well, you could actually win physically this. It's sealed, so this might be the one that I send to you. Why not? Or you could win something like this. Not this, but something like this. But you can decide what you want me to draw. You could ask me to draw a dragon or a cat or a quick sketch of you, but it's just going to be a quick 10-15 minute sketch. And so if you want one of those things, let me know. And that was the end of the competition time. Competition time. That is a song and this is a rhyme. Okay, so let's move on to doing 3-mil. Actually,
I'm up for 3-mil.
Oops. out. Sorry. 3 mil halved.
Ooh, 1.5 mil.
So no, it's still 3 mil,
3 mil.
or as Alan said, I am L, but 1.5 L. Well, it
Yeah.
would be 1.5 mil, surely.
That would be me.
Anyway, yes. What is half of 3 mil?
3 mil is the one where we collect sets of 3 using the whole deck, which normally has a perfect score, therefore, of 80. So half mil is presumably a perfect score of 40 using half of the deck.
Oh,
He hypothesizes.
that sounds reasonable.
N plus N equals M. Mathematically, I disagree. I suppose it could.
Well, there are infinite possibilities for N and M there.
And yeah, logically, they could indeed equal that. Yeah. Unknown variable.
Yep, I mean, it's possible, but not guaranteed. So, 3 mil. What is 3 mil? 3 mil is another game for the L deck. We're going to go only through 24 cards this time. You're going to use a letter from each card to start or extend one of 3 words. You're working on up to 3 words simultaneously. Ideally, you make an equal number of 1, 2, and 3 letter words. So 1 letter words are worth 1 point, 2 letter words are worth 2 points, 3 letter words are worth 3 points. But if you get a perfect, set of a 1, 2, and a 3 letter word, then that will score a bonus for a total of 10 points. I'm just looking for the 3 mil sheet from a couple of days ago. Here is a sort of example. So this is one from Tuesday when we played through the entire deck. So as soon as you make a word, so the 1 letter words that are possible are A, I, and O. As soon as you've made a word and then you cross it off, you make a little dot at the top to remember how many 1, 2, or 3 plus letter words have you made. Once you've finished off your word, you can start a new one on the line. Essentially, you've got 3 words going simultaneously. Does that make sense?
This does indeed make sense.
Okay.
Of course, because we can't be sure what the distribution of the deck is, there is a possibility here you might not see enough AIs and Os at the right time for you.
That is
A
absolutely
riskier-
true.
It is a riskier proposition because you can't rely on the fact that they will appear. They might not.
And this time, the perfect score, hypothetically, will be 40, as in 4 sets.
In fact, it is possible to deal a hand for half 3 mil, 3 half mil, that contains no A's, I's, or O's. It's highly improbable, but given that there's 18 of those letters in the deck and that you're discarding 24 cards, it would in fact be possible to see an entire game of 3 half mil.
Yeah.
Patent pending. Title to be
And it would
confirmed.
be the same for everyone playing as well. So
It would be. That would be the interesting thing, is everybody would be sat there looking for the single letter words.
yeah.
Presumably everybody would end up with the same score because they'd all make longer words.
Well, that's the interesting thing. We've never had... last time we had 73 for header, 67, 66, 63, 59, 55. Bear in mind that was going through the entire deck, but I don't think we've ever had a game where 2 people have had the same score. So to start off the game, to write on the top of your sheet, 1, 2, and 3 plus. That's where you're going to score your words and make little dots. No, it's 3 lines. So you can work on 3 words simultaneously. Hence why it's called 3 mil, because there's 3 lines. Your words should be up to 3 letters long, ideally. I mean, you can make them longer and it'll go into the 3 plus, but then you're just wasting letters. So to start off, R or B? R or B? Which
Okay.
will you use as the first letter of a word?
B.
Ah.
B.
Choose B. N or H?
I always get
Presumably, this is going to be your second word. This is how it's going for me.
Oh, no, I'm totally not using that. I'm
N
totally
or
using the other one
H?
because I'm an idiot.
or J?
I shall have an A, please.
I am
For
also
A.
using an A just to make sure that I've got a
Yeah, I've got
one-letter word. But you don't need to cross it off yet. You can wait and see what comes up. S or D?
I wish we had wild cards, but we don't.
So I am crossing off the A to make a one-letter word, and to the right of that, now that that line has been freed, I put an S. Decide yourself.
Because we
What
have
will you do?
three working lines, right? I'm with you.
Yes.
If I
So we
put
can
the-
store the S. Okay.
Just a slight
Sure.
question. If I put the S now, I have to either claim the A now or keep it going as a word. I can't.
Yes.
I can't.
You can't
claim the A
later
later.
claim A.
Right.
You could claim as,
Yes.
but
Once I've got as, I can't claim A.
correct.
Yes.
Next card, S or B. Oh,
You know what?
this
I'll
is
take
a lot of consonants.
I am claiming ass.
Nice. You are allowed to skip letters if you want, and
It happens often.
S or B. Sexy
Yeah,
bodies.
I'm also going with ass.
We
I'm
all have
chucking the
sexy
other
bodies.
R. I don't know about that.
N
I
or
do not
F.
qualify. Oh, for goodness
Oh,
sake.
hush! Stop. Bad mouthing yourself. N or F. This is not a good card for me. I am probably going to skip this as well.
It's not ideal.
N or F. Can you use it? Or
I can use it, but I don't know if I want to. I'm going to skip that as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
or
going to be
Y?
notoriously flippant and ignore it. I or Y. I seems like a strong shout at this point. Although equally, I could use the I. Okay.
I'm putting the I there because by is a word on its own, and I could extend that into bin or bit or. So hopefully
Is
we'll
bi-
see a few more
What does bi mean then? Is it just a derivation of two things?
bisexual.
As in, yeah, because that was it would be a prefix. Would be my thought. I didn't know it stood alone as a
Can totally be
bipartisan, bisexual,
Probably
by
so.
anything.
Oh no, it's
It's
just
common.
a bisexual.
Yeah.
Okay, it is understood as a word to mean
Yes.
right. Okay, that's
That
cool.
person, like you might say, that person is bi.
Oh, cool. I would always have assumed that was a colloquialism. I didn't realize it was now a word. Fantastic.
Dictionary,
T
origin
or T?
1950s. There we go. So
T or D?
Hmm.
You're not helping, Bez. these cards are really not setting my world on fire.
I think
Okay.
I'm going to claim a three-letter word by putting that onto bit.
I wish I had.
I have a three little. Well, you've got ass. We've both got ass because ass was the only logical thing to do with some of them.
We do indeed both have ass. Yes.
Yeah.
N or U?
I'm claiming it and using
Okay. I'm really hoping this is a word at some point.
N or U?
claiming it. Sorry, no. Putting the U at the end of B. So BU I've got.
Next one is I or C?
I'll claim it.
I'll take the I. I have a set.
Very nice. Put down an I just in case I need that as a one letter,
Mm-hmm.
but hoping to make it into a two letter because it's all about the sets.
It is all about the sets.
S or X?
S and claiming bus as a three-letter word.
I'm putting the S to the right of I to make is, and I've got my first set now.
S or X?
It's the only way. SX.
Still on. Eventually, you're going to have to stop using that, you know.
I don't know, it still makes me chuckle. It makes Andrew laugh. I or
Because of
B?
how bad that show is. I or B? Oh, I could use the B. I'll take the B.
There on its own. got 2 I's.
Tempted as I am with the I, I've got nub,
Ooh.
which is going to be my second furry letter.
I have an
Moving
N and
on.
an S, but I still can't give it up.
Bez is putting this down and picking up TM. The most.
I now have 3 random letters, each not making a word yet.
T or M?
I'm gonna take. I'll put the T. So I've got it at the moment.
That's more than I've got. I have T.
Got A or P?
I will claim the it and put A after it.
I feel I should take the A as an A.
A is A.
That's what my line. And we've only got 10 left now.
Ooh.
Oh.
E or K? E or K?
Claiming A just as A.
Everybody
I think I can
knows.
use N and E to make something, maybe. Oh, I can
Next.
totally make... No, I can't, because I've already put that on a separate
I
line.
or L?
I can take I for I. Okay.
I look at this and I think, ooh, that is actually not a bad card for me.
I have 2 sets.
O or V? Okay. I am
No.
going to...
O or V. Oh, I can use the O. Cool.
I'm
I
going to
now have
cross
2
off
sets.
T, which is Do, Re, Mi, So, Fa, La, Ti. So I can
Nice.
put an O beside it.
Yeah, I have 2, as in 2, T-O.
Nice.
Uh,
The 2-letter words can be a tricky ones to get sometimes if you're not too careful.
yeah. Oh, actually, I could have been working on that.
E or W?
Oh, actually, I have... Okay. I'm an idiot. I can have claimed that by now. E or W?
Yep. E or W
Yeah, R is very
Everybody-
much the
is welcome.
S-E... S-E-A, S-E-N...
You. I'm going to put it down and pick up the next one, which is IQ.
I feel I should take the other I on the basis that I'm trying to make enough sets.
I'm going to claim no and put down an I.
I do not blame you. That is a good idea.
Yeah, I'm going to put down So, S-E-W, and put down an I. So I've got 3 one-letter words ready to go in, potentially.
Yeah.
A or W?
Claim an I and put down an
Okay, yeah, I can keep the A there for now. Oh, do I want the W?
B.
Oh, I can make C. Yeah, I'm going to make C, so that's probably a good idea.
I've got OW, O-W, which I'm going to claim.
How many cards have we got left?
2, 3,
4.
4 cards left.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 4 left.
Yes. You should have 20, 1, 2, 3,
Check how many
4,
letters
5,
you've got
6,
down just
7, 8,
for me.
9, 10.
1, 2, 3.
I've got 18 and I skipped 2 because I kept track of how many.
I've got 19 and I skipped 1, so it seems like we have 1 too many cards left.
No, 19 and I skipped 1. So
Yeah.
20.
And you said there's
Plus
5
4.
cards left.
4 cards left.
It's 4 cards. Okay, sorry, that's my hearing.
Yeah.
Apologies, that's me.
R
getting a
or
difficult
D?
one.
R or D?
AR is a word, isn't it? R is a word.
AR? Let me double check.
AR word. I'm sure it is a word. It's a
Thank
valid
you.
Scrabble word. Yeah.
Oh, yes,
Fine.
it is. It's
I'm
a way
having
of
R.
writing the letter R.
Yep, I'm totally having that because I need another
Can
2
you
left.
spell it after all?
I'm on 3 sets.
T or C?
Yeah, I'll take the T for art.
I'm going to claim an I for a one letter and put down a T.
I'm going to put down a T and cross my fingers. Or shall I? Oh no!
N or Z? Oh, that is not what I wanted.
Really? There's one card after this, right? Hang on.
This is the penultimate card, yes.
Okay.
Well, I know that I need my one letter word. So, you know what? I'm just going to cross off the A for my third set and put down a Z there. Because why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
N or B? Oh dear.
Last card.
Okay, that's in.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got in
So
as
that
well.
means
I
that
am in.
I personally had the It's Useless ZDT at the end. And I had 3 cards which I didn't manage to use. I made 3 sets of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, which means that because each set is 10 points, I've got 30 points. And so that's my score. 30 out of 40. Not too great, but not too bad either.
Is the word ew, EW, as in ew, that's horrible, a word?
Fairly sure it is.
Right. In that case, I've got 35.
It feels like it should be.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
It's
I'm going to
definitely
trail
a
in.
word.
I think I'm going to trail in with 35 as well. Yeah, I've got a useless T I can't get rid of.
Alan has 33.
2, 3, 30. Yep, 35. Oops, sorry, it's down there somewhere. Yeah, I couldn't find. I needed an extra I or an extra O or an extra A at the end to make it work.
Yep.
Oh, so that's so close.
Yeah, I got C and in were my extra words and I couldn't find it. But yeah, I was so close to a perfect score. Not quite.
It seems like a perfect score is possible in this game, though.
It almost felt easier than the other one, but at the same time, that could just be the distribution of letters was kind to us. It started a bit rough, but it got going. It's going to be more variable. By definition, it's going to be variable because you're using a randomized section of the deck.
So if you have 3 sets, that's 30 points, same as me. So basically, if you, for every 1-letter word, it's 1 point. For every 2-letter words, it's 2 points. Every 3-letter or more is 3 points. But if you've got a perfect set, like Tom is showing their thing,
So perfect sets and another 2 and a 3.
So in Tom's example, each set is 10 points.
10,
So that
20,
would be
plus 2 plus 3, 35.
Yeah, and I have a similar situation.
For me, I have 3 sets, which is 10, 20, 30. Simple as that. 10 points per set, or 1 or 2. Alan Oughton says, we all had something similar. They're not sure if it would be possible to get a perfect 40 in this particular game.
I'm
That's
sure it would have been. It would be interesting to do it, but rationally, there were enough single-letter words available to us. So
there was a string of consonants.
Yeah.
There was a string of consonants that might have caused difficulty. Yeah.
I mean, it caused me
I
difficulty.
I almost want the list of letters just to.
I
suppose I could
You
watch
want
it back
me to
afterwards.
send this to you in this exact order so you can work out if you
I can watch the stream back if it's recorded. I can watch the stream back and find out.
Yeah,
what
you
all
can
the
watch
cards were.
it.
Totally see
Now
it.
I actually did an upgrade to the service I'm using, so now I'm streaming on all 3 channels: YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Which does mean that if you want to watch it at double speed, you are allowed to, because YouTube does that.
Because YouTube, you can go double speed on it. Yep, with you.
Yeah. Some people might already be an hour ahead of us. I mean, who knows what we're doing?
That is correct, Patricia. You would score 33 if you had 3 sets and a spare 3-letter word.
That is 3 mil divided by half. What do you think of that? Did you feel like you needed a wild card, but it feels like it would be too easy with a wild card, if you ask me. But interestingly, it's always about getting it at the end and making sure that you have ways to get it. But there's a little bit of a gamble and a bit of luck.
Yeah, I think
aspect
wild
at the end.
cards would spoil the difficult decisions in this one. I think wild cards are nice in the
Other one.
mini muckle, but in this one you need the
You mean micro muckle?
They're too short
risk
of words
reward.
to be
Yeah.
wild card friendly. It's too easy with a wild card to finish
Yeah.
up any random 2-letter word.
It's like with what if you had one wild card?
Even then I've got a perfect score. Just straight
Do
up.
you?
That immediately solves my perfect score problem because I just discard
Wow.
that T and
Yeah.
makes it too easy. I liked this version better. I found 3-mel played with the full deck challenging, but not necessarily entertaining. I enjoyed the challenge of it, but I wouldn't necessarily have chosen to play full deck 3-mel. Playing half deck 3-mel is an interesting concept. I can totally see playing that. Like, we could totally play 3-mel, half 3-mel, whatever we're calling it. There's got to be a catchy name, and I can't think what it is.
IML, that's what Alan
IML.
Outson came up with.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's lovely to hear, Patricia. I'm really glad that you've enjoyed yourself.
I enjoy all the games. It's just we play so many of them. After a while, you start having to assign them relative weightings, right? You know, they're all like solid 7 out of 10s upwards. But after a while, you have to go, right, well, did I like half 3-mel or 3-mel better?
Did you remember when we used to play Yogi back in the day? And I used to say to people, hey, if you get your cards, were you not around when we were playing Yogi all together via video chat?
No, I think I missed that one. Or I opted out one because
We
I'm
played it a couple of times.
Space here.
But
Yeah.
basically, everyone would draw a card, so you had to have some deck of cards where, like, literally, it doesn't match what the cards are. Everyone would draw a card. Then I would say, this is what the card is. So what my card wrote, it's as if everyone's cards had the same thing.
Because you need the draw mechanic, people have to physically be able to draw a card.
Yeah.
So, yeah, even if it's just flipping over an ace of spades, they have to physically do the action.
Oh, I don't know if you know this game, Patricia. It's basically draw a card, read it aloud, do what it says. Maybe a card on your shoulder. Maybe you've got to, this card says right hand above other hand. Maybe the next card says one eye closed, and then maybe you've got like one finger touching nose, one finger touching ear, 2 hands touching, and then suddenly it's harder to draw your cards.
Bez is far too modest. Yogi is Bez's biggest commercial hit and therefore her arguably greatest ever game. Possibly.
People's choice.
People's choice. Well, yeah, or publisher's choice, isn't it?
Well, yes.
Is it your greatest ever game, Bez? Yogi, or?
Well, certainly not. Ever would be in the future as well. And I'm looking. I noticed that Seize the Power got mentioned by Shut Up and Sit Down, like not the actual Quins or the other person, but by the 2 people who do the news blogs for Shut Up and Sit Down. So that was really cool to see. And
watching, we love you as well. You're not just the other person.
Not at all. Plug. You should,
Anyway,
probably not everybody knows this one, Bez. Not everyone will be aware of your new upcoming title.
Oh, here we go.
You should totally
I
plug.
can share the screen to
Here we go.
game news. And that's a picture of my game on Shut Up and Sit Down. It was really exciting to see it. And it's...
I realised I'd used your picture as well.
Yeah, that's a picture that I took. Then Ava and then they go down and then they basically said, oh, they're excited. And the main auction is for rules rather than... it's not straight into points. But I will say that the rules are actually the points of the game, which I don't know if they'll be terribly disappointed to hear, because
It strikes me I have hints of Flux in my head now. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but totally I'm seeing a card game with an auction around assigning rules, and I'm totally thinking Flux. And I love Flux, so that is a good thing.
So just so you know, the reason why I cited that as what might be a greater game is because that is a game that's trying to make a serious statement. It probably won't be something that sells 200,000 copies. But I believe that the people who it's going to potentially be a bigger emotional impact for the people who play it, because it is a game about bigotry and discrimination and about power imbalances and subjugation of power, about the fact that I can say, hey, Tom, you've only got 2 eyes. Well, you don't get to school unless you give me some money. I mean, only people who have 5 eyes deserve to go to school.
I tried a prototype version of this at Aircon, and it was very effective, and it was also a fun game. So get both sides. I know Ava Foxfort was at Aircon. I don't know if she actually tried it at the time, or whether she's just picking up on news from.
I don't actually know these people, Tom and Ava. I would love to meet them, but no, I don't know them. I think it's because of the. I'm trying to remember the name of the people I signed with. Inside the Box. That's terrible.
I'm trying to remember my publisher's name, but it's.
I'm really bad with names sometimes.
That's up there with. I'm trying to remember my wife's name. What is it now?
Just to go back, Alan, free mel. M doesn't stand for anything. Mel means to mix. So 3 mixed together. It's like 3 things, that a mixture of 3 things. And yeah, it's all based on little cards, icons that you actually get in the game. And yes, if you are interested to play it, we are going to get to Tabletopia thing together soon. And then I will be, I guess, in BigTcock, Board Game Trading and Chats UK. I will be coming together to say, hey, let's try playing this at this particular time. Obviously, people might know that Origins has been cancelled. If you aren't aware of the whole shenanigans, then feel free to look on my Facebook, where I am Bez Shahriari, which is BEZSHAHRIARI. I have a public post about the whole Origins shenanigans, and anyway, let's not get into that. I think it's probably time to wind down. What do you peeps think?
I mean, I'm good for another half female if you wish to, or I can do wind down. Either or both are good options.
I'd be happy to finish it now, I think. I didn't get enough sleep last night, but if you want to play a game, I'm happy to play a short one, but I think
let's call it, and we will be back.
2 more minutes for the fantastic suggestions, haven't they? That's the key thing. If we're winding it up, probably need to let people know they've got, because you said there were a couple of other people viewing, Tom, but I have no clue where you're deriving that information from.
Did I say that? Tom say it, or did I say that?
You said there were some other people that Bez hadn't met, which made me think they must be watching. But perhaps
at Aircon.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I totally thought you meant that they're watching. That. Sorry, that's me being asleep at the wheel.
There are a couple of people watching, and there is at least someone out there who is not commenting. So remember, it is competition time. Competition time. This is a song, and this is a rhyme. There we go. What is a fantastic thing? Explain why it's fantastic. You can be a little bit, what's the words I'm looking for? Grandiose, ostentatious, dramatic. You can say, yeah, I've got teeth, and having teeth is fantastic because I can bite into things. Or you can say, I've got headphones, and headphones are fantastic because they let me hear things. Or I've got this game which I've never played, and it might be a terrible game, but that's fantastic because it's a promise. It's a game of potential.
Schrodinger's game. That you're now obliged to keep that forevermore. That's just going to live on your shelf. That one random game. It might always be fantastic. You'll never know.
And Alan has a fantastic fan to keep them cool this summer. That's awesome. And winding down. We're going to wind down, and then we will choose a person who won. Winding down, let's talk about What is something we're looking forward to?
I totally have to think of things.
Tom?
Oh, I'm just looking forward to the weekend. I think it's been a strange week at work. Sort of really busy and really boring at the same time.
But the building's not behaving.
No, just
It's not.
it's not. No.
Oh. I'm guessing there's not a lot you can do to shout at the building. Or
It doesn't really work. I mean, yeah.
actually, I say that I do shout at and talk to inanimate objects. So, if I had your job, I could totally see me starting to talk to the facilities. It would happen. I haven't yet started talking to curbstones, but it is a matter of time. I've talked to them on the screen. Actually, I've had digital curbstones on my screen. I've totally gone, "Oh, why don't you just light up?" Never talked to a real curbstone. That would clearly be a sign of madness.
That'd be a bit weird, yes.
Yes.
I think this weekend I'm going to try and play a big game. Maybe, yeah.
A scythe.
Is that with Polly? Is that in real life?
In real life, yes. I don't know. I'll try and...
Terra Mystica.
We don't have Terra Mystica, unfortunately. It's a good game,
Does
but I
Terra
want to play
Mystica
other people's
do
copies.
I didn't know Terra Mystica did 2 players. Have I been?
I don't know.
Have I totally missed out
I've
on that?
never played it with 2. I don't own it.
Me and Loz are always looking for decent 2-player games. For some reason, I thought Terra Mystica.
I don't
I am
know.
3
looking it up right
I
now.
maybe can play.
Live. We are finding out.
We are live finding out if Terra Mystica can play for 2 to 5 players.
2 to 5. And out of quite a few votes, 652 votes, 49.1% would recommend it with 2. They wouldn't say it's best, but 4% would say it's best with 2. So,
but combining those 2, there are more people who think it's a good game with 2 people than think it's not a good game with 2 people. That might have been that rings a distant bell with me. Was that somebody might have said you can play it with 2, but it's nowhere near as good.
Yes.
That might have been why I have it in my head. Because chances are
saying that it's best with 4. That seems to be the consensus.
That's the standout graph, isn't it? I think that's the case with most. Is that though? I'm trying to think if there's multiplayer games I own that, because it goes to 5. Yeah, 3, 4 is probably always going to be a butter zone, isn't it? And whether that's a function of game design or humans is another question.
I would say that each step is kind of changing the game the most at the lowest player counts. Obviously, the difference. I mean, what is a 0-player game? A 0-player game would be something like Conway's Game of Life, I guess. If you can call that a game, it's more of a... But a 0-player game, maybe that's when you've got 2 robots and 2 AIs playing against each other.
Was a game published like last year, I think, that did advertise its player count as going from 0. That was because you could have exactly that, two AIs playing each other. You just move the pieces around for them.
Yeah, I mean, this is my argument about Candyland. Candyland is a 0-player game. It doesn't actually require any ages from the players. If you just had a system that just flipped the cards, you would get exactly the same result.
Is it a game? But,
yes, that was the question we were discussing.
My point was that going from 0 to 1 is the biggest difference, and then 1 to 2 is not quite a... But like going from 4 to 5 or 4 to 3 is not as big a difference as going from 3 to 2 is my point.
It raises a question about players as well. So solo player Scythe, you're playing an AI. Is that a 1-player game? It's a 1-human player game.
Try to emulate the feeling of playing a 2-player game, don't they? So it's kind of the same game with a mechanism.
But you see, but it resolves the output rather than the thinking.
Which is what's made me... I think that playing Scythe 1-player is genuinely 1-player because the AI's moves are predetermined. You've dealt the deck out. Admittedly, you could deal the deck differently, but the deck is predetermined at the point you start the game. Whereas playing my computer at anything, StarCraft, is a 2-player game because the computer dynamically responds to my action. And ergo is therefore a decision maker.
Let's not go down this rabbit hole. We could be talking for another hour. Patricia is looking forward to playing Grow Player. It's a good game. Alan Outson agrees with you, so you'll be happy to hear that. I'm not
right that he doesn't agree with you.
Sure how it kind of feels like a semantic argument at a certain point.
Yeah.
I genuinely find player ages fascinating. I think that's what I'm exploring there is what is a game, what is a player, and where do those interactions have to occur for it to be considered?
People too.
You know. does a game have to imply people responding to each other? In which case, is there any genuine one-player game? Yeah, fascinating. But yes, complete tangent. A fantastic tangent, Bez. I will say that. It's a fantastic tangent.
Now, we have reached the end, and tell me, is it this card? Or is it that card?
Who do you want to go?
Or that? This, the one in front of my face, or that card? One of them has a P on it, one of them has an A on it. This is going to determine the winner. Wait, let me... Did someone in the comments make a suggestion? I meant machines are players too. Machines are not people. That's what Alan says. Okay, fine. But tell me, is it this card or that card? Or Tom can choose, fine, if no one else in the chat is choosing. Tom is going to be the person who... Wait.
Tom is going to have Aegis. Tom is now a player.
I'm going
Tom,
to...
is it this card or that card? This
that
card, that card.
That
you
card.
want that card.
That card.
That card is
That
A for Alan.
Yes, but again.
And just to confirm, the other one was a P for Patricia. So, sorry, Patricia, you are not the winner this week. But I hope you enjoyed playing along. I thank you so much for joining us. I hope it was fun for you. And Alan, let me know. You can tell me privately via chats or whatever. Would you? You can either give an idea for another sketch, or would you like Inabine Junior? Let me know. Or if you have a sketch of a machine playing one of your games on a playing card, and post it to me as a postcard. Generally, if I do that, that seems like a waste. Why are you asking for that? I mean, surely you'd want it on a bigger sheet of paper so that I can just put it together.
I think he specifically wants you to send it as a postcard, as in to stick a stamp upon it and send it. Why? I am unclear. But that is my understanding of his request. He wants a postcard sent as a postcard.
Alan did have a
Why
question.
he also wishes it to be small, I have no idea.
Alan asked earlier on, what is the smallest thing that can still be sent as a postcard?
I mean,
is this an experiment? Alan wants to know if you put a stamp on a standard-sized playing card and send it, will it succeed?
I would guess
presumably it must be addressed on one side and written on the other side.
The size of a stamp with the address written on the other side would be the smallest thing you can send. But I'm not sure. Maybe.
Okay, Alan is saying yes,
because you have to fix the stamp to something for it to be considered valid. So the smallest thing is a sheet of paper, very slightly larger than a stamp.
Yeah.
With an address on the back of it. Otherwise, it's.
But the address has to be legible, surely.
True. Yes. So maybe it would have to be bigger to be legible by your average.
Say that you can put something in the postal system addressing it to anywhere or to A. Now, it will never get to your intended recipient, but there is no requirement.
There is
using the postal
a
system
village called A. It's spelt A-E.
In which case, the post office is magic people, and there is a room of them somewhere that does this. They're the people who figure out where missing, lost mail goes, would have to interpret that, and that might be their best guess, is that you intended to send this
True story
to a village.
I reckon that I could say the first line of my address and then the postcode and nothing else, because that would be enough for the postal service to get it there. Because with N15, they know that it's in London, so I don't technically need to write London. I don't technically even need to write my.
You probably don't need your street name. I do
actually, because
over is
we've got I'm not going to get into the exact street name on this public thing.
You could put the first letter. You could put the number, the first letter, and then the postcode, and it would still be enough information.
But so Alan really wants this experiment. Alan says yes, yes, yes.
We should clarify, in the spirit of games ask questions, is this a first or a second class experiment, Alan? Is this a variable that is important to you?
If it's first class, will the post office put a bit more effort into trying
are we thinking, should we test it with a second class stamp just to see if they can be asked to send the smallest thing they've ever seen Buy
I
a
think
second
you
class
need an experiment with you have 20 postcards of gradually decreasing size and see where they stop.
At what point do we reach a failure state?
Oh.
It's a second class experiment, apparently.
Okay, and thank you very much, Patricia. So let's yeah, wow, this boggles my mind. I'm not going to spend this is going to be a crazy experiment. Well, there you go. What is going to be my next stream? I am going to be on tomorrow. I am doing an Ask Me Anything if you are interested in anything about me, my publishing, and that's probably going to be the last Ask Me Anything I do for a while because I feel like we're just getting to similar questions. So if you have literally any respectful question, ask me it tomorrow. Then I'm having a person on my morning stream who is called Talita Ryan, I want to say their name is. They are from Berlin. They are a queer game designer of color, and we are going to be talking about representation, discrimination, and a couple of things of that sort. And then I'm doing a rambling review of photosynthesis. On Monday, I'm going to be doing a bit of brainstorming, and Tuesday, I'm doing probably a review. Oh, is that going to be when I have Alan back? Is that is Alan back next? Yeah, Alan Paul's back next Tuesday, and we will be back here. Yeah, not Alan Oughton, Alan Paul.
No,
and
Alan. Yeah.
And yes, we will be back here at 8:10 every Tuesday, every Thursday. Thank you all for joining us. It has been lovely. If you want to find Tom Cauldron, you can potentially.
Sometimes
He's a physical being on the planet, so
yeah,
strictly speaking, that's true.
If you want to ask about driveways or planning permission or those sorts of things, then ask me and I'll get you in touch with Andrew Dennison.
This is true. Or you can find me by Facebooking Bez and doing the connected friend thing that it does and all that sort of stuff.
And if you want
also,
to find me, I am stuffbybez.com, twitter.com/stuffbybez, instagram.com/stuffbybez, twitch.tv/stuffbybez, facebook.com/thingsbybez, because Facebook does not let you have the F and the B next to each other in your URL. It does, however, let you have F and B next to each other in your page name, so you can still search for Stuff by Bez on Facebook, as you've already found me, or stuffbybez@gmail.com if you want to email me. I have a whole alphabet of Alan asks anything alliteratively and alphabetically. Well, please tell me all of those tomorrow, Alan. And Andrew, do you know anything about AN1 forums? That sounds like a conversation for maybe after the show, but do you know anything?
It doesn't ring an immediate bell, but if it's a local piece of paperwork, it could be a thing for that particular council. Send me the AN1 form, Alan, by all means. You have my details. Send me the AN1 form and I will determine whether it is one I'm familiar with.
And for now, it has been lovely. Stay safe, stay strong, stay sane, stay super. For now, bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye, 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 bye. This is the goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go.